everybody, happy Tuesday. We are the second day into the week and it feels like it's been a long one already. Got a ton of stuff done in the last couple of days in the grow tent, and I got to hang out with you guys and take you guys with me. So in the beginning, I always do a little walk around and show you guys the progress from day before. I know that sounds crazy, but with aeroponics, the changes are incremental. Every day, something happens. So that's why I'm hopping on lives any chance I get to have you guys be a part of this, to share the experience with you and really show you guys the magic of aeroponics. It really expedites growth and things just take off in no time. It is really cool to see. So I hope you all are having a good day today. Hope you're enjoying the weather. I am in Ontario, Canada, and today is a beautiful day out. I got to get ready to get my flowers in the ground, so we're going to take a look at those, see how they've been doing over the last 24 hours. Guys yesterday, but today is a significant growth day for them. We just transferred the seedlings together on Saturday, I believe, and they're already coming along. They've got their first true leaves starting to develop. It's really sweet. So this morning I did some pollinating, some hand pollinating, and it looks like we've got many more flowers than we did yesterday. So our cucumbers seem to be enjoying pollinated because whatever I'm doing is working. So today is going to be a bit of a pruning day. Things are moving and grooving, and because we changed our fertilizer yesterday, things have really taken off overnight. I know that seems hard to believe, but it is the truth. We transitioned yesterday. We just started our first transition from the Floranova Grow, Floranova Bloom. So the fertilizer line that I currently use is General Hydroponics. Just doing a little recap for those of you that are either new here or missed yesterday. This is what my plants have currently been on since they were in vegetative state. Now that they've begun to flower, I am slowly transitioning them onto the Floranova Bloom. This fertilizer is a 3-part fertilizer that is meant to support your plant's overall health and growth during the flowering period. So yesterday, we transitioned, we put our regular amounts of the grow, and then we added just a touch of bloom to introduce to our plants, and they are taking a liking to it. I was in a minute. We are going to be doing a little walk around, and is it pink? The bottle? Yes, it's pink. This is the Floranova Bloom. This is the Floranova Grow. Good afternoon. Thanks for showing up. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm just here to spread some positive vibes and to just show you guys what I got growing on. Okay, so give me 1 second here. Okay. Got to put people in a timeout here because they can't behave. Oh, you remembered YouTube this time. Awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys are here. If any of you guys want to be my moderators, you can volunteer. Eventually, I'm going to need some. I got some not so polite people in the chat. Is it the devil's lettuce? No, but it will soon be. Eventually, I will be trying to grow cannabis, but it is a bit of a learning curve, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit intimidated, but I've got some seeds. I was gonna germinate them on 420 just to make it all symbolic and stuff, but I got too intimidated, and I thought, let me germinate the seeds actually on a YouTube live, and I will take you guys with me, and you guys can teach me how to do it while I'm on a live. How does that sound? What's up, Gardening for Trico? What's up, Ryan? What's up, Alex L Creator? Yes, I do have flowers growing in here. If you guys checked out the short I posted today, that is what I'm talking about. So I had a huge flower garden last year, and it's gonna be way freaking bigger. So we are getting all our stuff started in the grow tent, in the aeroponic system to speed up the process. So take you guys through a tour, just a quick tour to show you an update since yesterday. Again, the plants are really happy with the bloom fertilizer. I see a significant difference today. First of all, everything is a deeper green. We've got more flower clusters forming, specifically in the tomato plants. And oh, also, shout out to, I think it was Finding Keepers, or I don't know, maybe somebody suggested that I reduce or increase the watering frequency, and my plants are so freaking happy. So thank you to whoever suggested that, because that is awesome. So we updated we changed our watering schedule from, it was like 1 minute and 45 seconds off and 2 minutes on, and now it's 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and our plants are very, very happy. Without further ado, let's get to it. I'm gonna take you guys on a walk around. Yes, Ryan, of course I'm gonna show you guys around. I have friends that grow, but I'm broke and don't own enough room to grow. Well, you know what, Ryan? Funny thing about that is you could just dig a hole in the ground and plant whatever the heck you want, and depending on what climate you're in, I'm sure it'll grow. You should give it a try. That's what I did last year. My backyard is empty, like there's nothing, no flower bed, no nothing. I literally just a rectangle in the ground, planted my freaking seeds, and that's it. And everything took off. So you don't need space, you don't need end. You just need a little bit of dirt and a seed. That is all it takes, guys. That is really all it takes. All right. Thank you so much, Gardening for Trichomes. What is up, Finding Keepers? I mean, true, but I live in a studio apartment. Do you have a balcony? If you don't, get a pot, get some soil in the pot, and get a little LED light. Even if it's something off Amazon, you can do it. I have faith in you. My job is to inspire all you guys to grow, so let's get to it. I have a plant in my closet with a small light. See, that is what I'm talking about. Get creative, guys. Get creative. Take one of your, if you have like a, I don't know, a little corner in your apartment. Anyways, that's okay. You know what? I'm going to share my tent with you guys. So if you don't get to garden or you don't have the space, just come hang out here. Come hang out with me. I go live every day at the same time, and you guys can come hang and share in the glory. Gardening for Trichomes. Hit that like, y'all. Thank you so much. You guys are the most supportive bunch. What is up, everybody? Hope you're having an awesome... We're going to do a walk around. I'm going to show you guys what is up since yesterday. Okay. Sunday. You guys came with me to start some seeds. Seeds are sprouting. We've got half parsley, half flowers. And the flowers are sprouting. The parsley has not yet. We tried out black sponges for the first time. These are in paper towel. I see some have sprouted, but I'm not gonna touch it. I wanna let it chill. This one, yay me, I left it open. Everything dried up. All of our salad items, all the shit we were growing for the tower, all dried up, garbage. That sucks. I'll actually show you guys. It's kind of a disappointment to have living plants that were ready to be transferred, seedlings, or maybe I didn't. Okay, so maybe it's not that much of a loss. All right, and then here we have some sprouting. Those are flowers. These are herbs and salad items. We've got a couple sprouts, and we got a couple of salad seedlings. And then one of my favorites. Oh, I would love to do a collaboration, Gardening for Trichomes. I'm going to subscribe to your channel as soon as I'm done this live, and we should totally do a collab and just shoot the shit. I love that. Is that a name for homes? Trichomes? Thank you, Natimbi. I appreciate it. All right, so this is our orange grow tower. I've got some Roma that is growing nicely. You guys came with me the other day to check out our watermelon, or to transfer our watermelon and check it out. No, we've got 4 of them. What is up, Zero to Hero? What is up, Caspier? Thank you guys for joining. I did say hello. I say hello to everybody. I don't discriminate. Oh, thank you, Zero to Hero. I appreciate it. Okay, so these are our watermelons here. They're looking great. Everything is looking great. Yes, trichomes are the crystals on your buds. Actually, Les, if you're still in the chat, you taught me this, that these little hairs on the tomato plants are also called trichomes. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if that's true, but Les does his research. So, all right. Strawberries. And we got a zinnia plant. Some of this stuff I didn't even label, so I have no idea. Like that could be sage. We got some mustard, or maybe that's sage. Anyways, it's gonna be a surprise when it grows, you guys. I'm kind of excited. How will you deal with the watermelon when she's big and fruits? Well, my goal is to actually put it in a 4-vessel bucket, 1 plant in each vessel, and kind of maybe play in the back corner or something and just kind of let it vine on the floor, or kind of fix up this trellis here and do something to be able, and maybe plant 1 watermelon in each bucket and then have them kind of grow up the trellis. I've seen that you can do some like bags or something. Yeah, exactly. Gardening for trichomes. That's the word I was looking for. Create some kind of hammock so that it can support the large fruits. Watching one of your shorts. That is awesome. I hope you were watching my flower one because that one was cool. All right. So these are our cucumber plants. Just finished pollinating them. So they're doing well. I'm trying to make sure well, it is doing well. I only have 1. I'm trying to make sure that I keep it aligned on the trellis. So once it's done going up this way, then it's going to go this way, and then it's going to come this way, and so on and so forth. I also do a veggie garden. That is awesome, gardening for trichomes. Let's chat more for sure. If you're on Instagram, follow me, The Fresh Princess. Oh wow, you're keeping the water inside. That is so cool. Watermelon inside. Yes, Natimbi, I'm growing indoor aeroponic watermelon. Krogan. Yes, it is. Most plants have trikes. They just don't contain cannabinoids. Very interesting. I did not know that. All right. These are the tomatoes. We transferred these on the weekend. They are looking good. Wait till I show you guys the roots. This is 2 days of root growth. Wowee. Thank you so much, Natimbi. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Makes gardening more fun. Here we go. Look at that. So if you guys were with me the other day, you saw that we transferred them, and you saw that, yes, the plants rooted, but the roots were still quite small. So to see some substantial root growth in the last 24 hours makes me feel really good about breaking my initial tomato plant because now I got 3 more. So now we've got 9 cherry tomato plants in total, and the flowers are really just taking off. I actually did hand pollinate that this morning because what the heck, why not? I didn't want to discriminate and have the cucumber be the only thing that gets pollinated. It's said to increase your yield, even though it's not necessary. All right, so these are the tomato plants. The flower clusters are just keep bigger and bigger, and they keep multiplying. So I'm really interested to see, like here, for example, you got one at the top, very small up here, and then you got another one here, and we got another one here, and then we got another one, it's hard to see, but right there developing, and that's just one plant. My tomato plant I put out yesterday survived the night, putting out more today. That is awesome. I'm happy to hear that because I lost sleep over that. I was worried for you. Has anyone allowed large watermelons to grow more than 2 melons per vine? If so, any luck? That is a great question, Zero to Hero. I know a lot of plants Specifically peppers, you don't want to grow too many per plant because you want to maximize the quality of the fruit and the flavor and the size, and growing too many fruits per plant, depending on what it is, can actually hinder that. So that is a great question. If any of you guys watching know, has anyone allowed more than 2 watermelons per vine? Do I grow weed? In the future, I will. Maybe gardening for trichomes is gonna set me up and help me out and teach me a thing or two. I call it a volunteer plant. It was a test. Yes, that is what we call our guinea pig plants. All right, so that's the tomatoes. Today, I moved my lemon seedling here so she could get some more light because she's looking a little sad. I just watered her, so I think she'll do better soon. And our peppers, today I looked at the peppers and I was like, wow, the leaves are have really taken off. The size of the leaves are quite large. This is the first time I've had a pepper plant with such large leaves. So maybe I'm doing something right with the nutrients. This one started off a little yellow, but she's doing better now. Looks like she bounced back. Natimbi, these are 6 bell peppers right here. And then these, I've got, I don't know which is which, but I have Chinese 5-color pepper, poblano pepper, jalapeno pepper, habanero pepper, what's it called? Dough Hill pepper, and I think I already said cayenne pepper. Anyways, there's a whole variety over here. I kind of forgot to label, so we'll just see when it grows. It's gonna be a surprise, you guys, and I'll take you in a live when it starts growing. And then on the weekend, you guys were with me on a live when we started our flower starts. These are zinnia flowers. They are coming along real nicely. We thought maybe we'd lose a couple, but they seem to have all survived. And this is my favorite here. This is the zinnia plant. It is going to open any day now. I just can't freaking wait. And then ever since I transitioned the fertilizer, within the last 24 hours, look at that. If you guys have been watching my live, you've seen this plant kind of develop over the last few days, and today's the day, man. Sometimes I don't have kids, but if you have kids, you know, sometimes you look at your kids and you're like, wow, they grew up today. And that is one of those situations where my plant grew up today. I could see it. I could see the change. Krogan says they are defense against sun, cold, bugs, and can also attract other bees. Cool. My jalapeno plants produced so many peppers last season, and they were actually very hot. I'm assuming you can clone them. I should have tried. Yeah, you can propagate pepper plants and clone them. And yeah, absolutely, you should try that next time. Jalapenos are awesome. And if you let them ripen to the red color, that's really hot, really, really hot. But if you take out the pith and the seed, pith is the white part under the flesh, inside the fruit, and you take that out, you take the seeds out, and it'll be less spicy. Salad ingredients or salsa. Yeah, well, salad and salsa ingredients for the summer, for sure. I have so many varieties started, I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I know what you were thinking. More plants, because that's what I'm always thinking. All right, guys, and then this is my favorite part here. Overnight, I'm telling you, man, it's like the leaves just really fully matured and really are just growing. They're huge. And then finally, my romaine plant is actually starting to look like romaine lettuce. If you guys watched, I did a taste test yesterday, lettuce taste test, where I compared my leaf lettuce versus romaine lettuce versus store-bought romaine lettuce. So we compared the store-bought lettuce with 2 different homegrown varieties, and obviously the homegrown ones won. But in the video, you can see that my romaine was at a different age than the store-bought one, and now it looks like it's finally reaching what it looks like when you buy it from the store. So the leaf that I picked for my taste test was maybe like this, and now the leaves are starting to develop. The center core is starting to be a little bit thicker. and they're really starting to mature, which is pretty cool, guys. So I wish I could share this with you guys. I wish I had a little way to mail some fresh produce, because man, there's nothing like it. All right, what is up, Pro? Happy to see you here. Happy pruning day. Thank you. I should have started disinfecting my scissors before I started talking, but we're gonna do it now. So per usual, as you guys get to know me, I'm clumsy, I'm messy, and I need it because otherwise I wipe my hands all over my pants. So thank you, General Hydroponics. This is not like a paid promotion or anything. They just sent me a goodie box, and in the goodie box we got a cool apron, so thank you for that. I believe you're going to go far on YouTube. I like your vibe. Just a tip, when you go live, there's something with the lighting. When you go under them, it messes with the sound. Wow, thank you for that tip. You know what's interesting is, first of all, I want to say thank you to all of you watching, because I've had issues with my connection. I've really looked into it. I put an access point right outside my grow tent, and for some reason the video is still kind of lagging. So I appreciate you guys for being patient for when the video freezes. I think it's actually the Mylar grow tent, the material that's the walls. I think it actually might be blocking the internet connection, because everything else is like, when I look at, you know, everything behind the scenes, everything works properly. So I have no idea what's going on, but I appreciate you guys bearing through it. And yes, absolutely, I will stay away from going the lights. I probably should anyways, because I don't have my sunglasses on. And if you guys have experience with indoor growing, the lights can be quite powerful. You don't want to affect your eyes. It could be very easy to damage your eyes. So got to be careful. Safety first. So wow, I thought I would never go through this bottle, and now I'm lifting it. I'm like, wow, all that fertilizer shaking yesterday made me so strong, but this bottle is almost empty. This is my, oh, and also, thank you so much for saying that, Gardening for Trichomes. I really appreciate you guys. I like all of your vibe. Thank you for hanging out and contributing in the chat. That is what I like. I want to connect, meet people, share information, exchange ideas. So I appreciate you, Gardening for Trichomes. We're definitely going to chat more. All of you watching, stay tuned for a future collab for sure. It's always in the details. Absolutely. Details are everything. General Hydro is great. Yes, I love them. And every time I use the fertilizer, my pH is always on point. So it's a balanced fertilizer for sure. That's because the quality setting and the tent. Now it ain't no Faraday's cage, but somewhat it could. Okay. Yeah, not bad. Do you use a controller for lighting and other devices? Yes. So it the lights are automated. I have them on a manual timer, and then depending on the growth stage, you can adjust the intensity of the light, which I've done a couple of times. Right now, I'll show you guys. I won't go under the lights, I'll go over the lights. Right now, they're at an intensity of 20, just above 20, maybe like 25. I have them at 30. I have two playing around. I raised this one a little bit because the tomato is almost hitting the top, and then I lowered the intensity, and I just, honestly, I have not dialed into the whole lighting controls yet, but yes, I do. And then I have, there are controls for the exhaust and for the fans here. None of it's like automated or Bluetooth or anything. Everything is manual. The only thing that's also automated is this awesome humidifier I got from VivoSun. It connects to the app, which is beautiful, and you can program everything. I kind of got thrown into everything so fast when I started with this that I didn't even look into the Spider Farmer app. Maybe there's a way to connect and control everything through there. Maybe a solid line connection will fix this. Get a modem, some it should work. Cool, well, I'll try it. There's glasses for being around grow lights. I didn't know that. I thought they were just sunglasses. I like your outfit, by the way. I don't know what that is, like a jump. Yeah, I thought it made me look like a farmer, you know, so I'm like an urban, stylish farmer, you know, do a little fit check. I'm just kidding. put the access point in your tent. That is actually the goal. That's what we're going to be doing to see if that helps. Any tips for growing plants in dry weather? Well, if it's outdoor, you can't really get a humidifier, so I don't know. I guess you have to water. You could do like a little greenhouse or something to help keep the humidity up. There are also, depending on what you're growing, things called hoop house that kind of go over your flower bed, and they're made of different materials, but they help kind of lock in the moisture and the humidity. So maybe something could work for you. Where are you located, Death by Mushroom? Where do you live? Keep RH in check. Oh, Pro Pyro, what is RH? Okay, 0 to Hero, liked video. Thank you for all the I appreciate you. Thank you so much. What's up, Jason? I love my CI humidifier. It keeps my VPD in check. Yes, that is something I definitely need to start monitoring is VPD. I think that could mainly be for Canada, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm assuming it's important for any other plants. I live in Idaho. You are adorable. Thank you. I do like it too. The outfit remembers me of the 90s when they came in solid style. Thank you so much. Do I grow cannabis? It is in the future plans, not yet. So you guys got to teach me. I'm relying on you. Okay, so yes, my advice to you, if you live in Idaho, go to your local garden center, or yeah, you can go to a local garden center. I've done that before, where you just kind of ask them for advice. If it's in your zone, they will more likely than not have some information for you on how to, tips for humidity up and for locking in that moisture. Not hard to make a hoop house. No, it's not hard at all. I actually plan on trying to DIY one myself when I have my flower garden. There. What's up, Butters? What's up, all of you guys? Those of you guys that just got here, thanks so much for joining. Today we're going to do a little bit of pruning. I've got my 29% H2O2. We've got it in the jar. We're not going to mix it up. I'm going to, because I'm clumsy. So I'm just going to add a little more. All right, so we're going to let that sit just for 5. This is just to sanitize our scissors. I've got some sweet pruning scissors to unbox. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Simbus Organics. I just got a goodie box from them, and we got some, I think it's called Chickamasa pruning scissors, and they look sharp AF. So I can't wait to start using those. Might be a challenge growing cannabis with your lighting schedule, maybe autoflowers. Yes, so actually my dad grows cannabis, and he suggests autoflowers for me. He's like a pretty grower, and he says autoflowers is where it's at, especially because I'm new and I'm learning that it's a great way to kind of ease into that intimate base. Well, at least intimidating for me. Hydrogen peroxide is great, keeps your water clear and prevents root rot. Absolutely. I actually add a little bit in small amounts to my reservoir just to help keep the roots clean. Extra oxygen molecule really helps with the roots. Please drop that like and help this awesome person get seen by YouTube algorithm. Oh, thanks so much, Pro Pyro. You guys are awesome. Whether you hit the like button or don't, I am just happy that you guys are here hanging out with me. Yeah, hard to work and answer questions. Yeah, it is. But I've got a lot to say, and I'm a very talkative human being. Can't tell, so I got no problem talking and working. Plus, we have to let this sit for 5 minutes so we can chat away. So yeah, everything is looking really good. I actually pulled stuff off of my shelf outside the tent just to show you guys that I'm going to be using, or I have used in the past, just to help maximize the overall health and well-being of my garden. Autoflowers is there's no room for mistakes. Yeah, so I've heard that autoflowers are quite easy because you don't need to worry about segregating the male from the female, and I don't know enough about it, so we'll see what happens. But that's gonna be a journey I go on exclusively on YouTube Live just for you guys, so you can be a part of it and you can help me. I'm not a fan of auto. People love them. I don't really understand the difference. I just know that you don't have to worry about male versus female. Peroxide is good for soil as well as against unwanted pests. Plants also like the extra oxygen molecule. Very true. Is your tent in the garage or house? It is in my basement, finding keepers. So keeping the temperature warm can be a little bit challenging, but now that it is actually getting warmer outside, it's no problem in here. The humidity is at around 5%. Sometimes it goes up a little bit, and then I turn up the exhaust, and then it hovers. So that probe says 76, that probe says 78. But yeah, it usually hovers. I have my fans up so I don't get too hot in here, and I have my exhaust up too so I don't die from too much CO2. Just kidding. All right. Is that weed? No, it is not. I grow food, you guys, but one day maybe I will learn how to grow cannabis. I grow all my own food. I am trying to eliminate a bunch of stuff off my grocery bill. So that has the highest average IQ. It's populated entirely by scientists. Well, we gotta move to Antarctica and pick those scientists' brains so that I can learn how to maximize my growing. Anyways, you guys for showing up. I appreciate all of you guys. All right, we got some work to do, so I should stop talking. But thank you so much, Vincent. I appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna dry up these scissors. These are just pruning scissors I got from IKEA. I've got a bunch of different kinds of scissors, but these ones work so well and they're quite sharp, and I'm happy with them. I went off topic. I was going to show you guys really quick the stuff that I'm planning on implementing in my garden. Isn't it cheaper to buy veggies? Right now it is, but in a year from now, when I master master how to grow on a large scale, it's going to be much cheaper and better for my body to grow my own food, because at least I know what's going into my food. I know how I grew it, so I'd rather pay a little bit more, have that investment, that upfront investment, just to take control of my body, my food sovereignty, and my freedom to eat whatever the hell I want and not get poisoned by the frickin' grocery store. Keep it at a 5.8 pH. Yes, at around 5.8 to 6. 6 is where I hover around. That's cool. I just took a test yesterday and got 114. I don't know what my IQ is, but that would be cool to take one to find out. Beautiful. What are they? I'm growing food indoors. Yes, I've got tomatoes, cucumbers. I've got some flowers. I've got lettuce. I've got a ton of stuff, you guys. I'm going to take you on a tour in a little bit, and I will show you again. Do I have a solar? How's the electric bill? The electric bill is not bad at all. They are LEDs, and I have a lighting schedule of 14 on, 10 off, so it's not too bad. I crossed blueberry with Bubba Kush and made a new strain. That is sweet. Send some over. Even though I don't smoke, I'm just an edible gal. All right. So Pure Crop. Pure Crop is something that I use to kind of keep my plants' health up. Actually, initially purchased it to combat powdery mildew. Powdery mildew is a disease that your plants can get when they have too high of a moisture content and then the environment is too humid. They get mold spores. Once you've got it, it's hard to get rid of it. So this is awesome, and it also supports the overall plant health. So you can just spray it once a week or whatever. It's not like the cleanest thing, but it's made from soybean corn oil. But I wish it was non-GMO organic corn or soy, but that's almost impossible to come by these days. But I'm trying to get as clean as it gets. And then Cheeto Sap. The guys at Quality Horticulture gave me a sample of this. I have yet to try it. I'm so excited. Apparently, my friend at Quality Horticulture, Anthony, shout out to Farm Anthony, he told me that this is basically stress in a bottle, and it's supposed to help with the plant's overall vigor, growth, yield, fruit. So it's got a lot of good stuff, and you're to spray it a couple times a week, I think, when your plants are in a veg state, and then when they start to flower, you spray it once to twice a week. So we're gonna give that a try. Apparently it's incredible for pepper, so we're gonna try that. If any of you guys have ever tried this on your plants, drop it in the comments. I'm curious. I've never used it and I'd like to learn how. Last but not least, this is something else I'm planning on implementing in the next week or so. It is a plant wash concentrate. This is Lost Plant Protector, similar to Pure Crop. It is a more natural option with less chemicals, but it's still not great. But it is the lesser of tools, and apparently it works wonders if you have pests, powdery mildew, or any other kind of diseases. This stuff is what you're going to want to spray on your plants to not have to get rid of everything in your garden, especially when you have an indoor garden. I was going to say I was gonna swear, but I probably shouldn't swear. It can be a pain to get rid of. Sorry. I guess that does sound amazing, John. Bubba Kush was one of the first plants I grew. Still a favorite. Oh, cool, Natimbi. What is your grow method? Do you grow outdoor, indoor? Is it soil? Cool. So yeah, we're going to start implementing this on a weekly basis. Even if you don't have a pest or disease outbreak, you can still use this just to support the overall health of the plant. It is supposed to be fantastic. So I will be using this probably starting in the next week or so. All right, it is time to start pruning. Can we see the plants? Yes. All right, I'll take you guys on one tour for all of you that are new here. Here it is, okay? So just a quick overview. This is the grow tent. 200 square feet, Mylar grow tent. This is the germination station. We got a tower with romaine lettuce. We got some herbs. We've got some watermelons growing. Some flowers down there that we're gonna transfer outside. We've got some herbs. This could be mustard leaf or sage. I think it looks like sage. Some of the stuff I didn't label, so whatever. I've got zinnia flowers here. This is gonna be my first one that blooms. Trying not to go under the light, you guys, so that the sound doesn't go out. This one is starting to bloom. It's gonna open, you guys. I can't wait. And then we've got our flower starts here. They're looking good. If you guys were on my live this weekend, we transplanted those together. We've got our flowering tomato plants already. These three are propagated cuttings that we actually rooted in the grow tower, transplanted them back to the buckets, and now we've got some sick roots. Look at that. Couple days, you guys, couple days. If you guys were with me on the weekend, you would have seen. It's awesome. Flowering tomato plants, which we just pollinated, but we've got some crazy clusters going on. I apologize for those of you that have been here if I'm repeating myself. We got flowers there, more flowers there. And then this is the best, you guys. This is the best part. Look at that freaking salad tower. Look at that. This is all salad varieties. And then soon, when our strawberries start to sprout, we're going to propagate and we're going to get this whole tower just with strawberries. Beautiful, organic, juicy strawberries. And then these are our bell peppers. We got 2, 4, 6 bell peppers. And then over there, we've got tons of different peppers, poblano peppers, cayenne peppers, Chinese 5-color peppers, habanero peppers. So, oh, and then I've got my cucumber, which I think I already showed you right here. So you guys, the tent is popping. I wasn't kidding. So now I'm craving a steak. Well, unfortunately, I'm not growing any cows, so I just got salad to go with your steak. But yeah, man, that's what it's all about. Steak and then salad on the side. That is literally my diet, so it's very fitting that I have a full salad grow tower. Let me just go back here. That room, okay, Natimbi, indoor soil I've helped with outdoor before, but personally prefer the indoor method. Likewise, I love it. Finding keepers, it's decent. The room is immaculate. Thank you so much, John. I try my best to keep it clean. For those of you that indoor garden, cleanliness is number one. A lot of salads in my future. Was that set up, or was that expensive to set up? It was a bit of an upfront investment. Got all this stuff from China, so it's really the shipping from China that kills you. Other than that, the cost of each individual item itself wasn't too bad. Again, it is an upfront investment. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but pretty affordable considering what my future holds with all of this equipment and all of the possibilities that it holds. You know, being able to grow food, flowers, all that kind of stuff. Actually have started looking for medicinal herbs. I would like to have a tower dedicated completely to medicinal herbs. It would be very cool to be able to, you know, learn how to be an herbalist. Finding Keeper says, a lot of salads in your future. Yes, absolutely. Butter says, my neighbor has a garden and the rabbits eat more of it than he does. Oh yeah, that happens with my flowers, you guys. I gotta cover my garden. It's looking awesome. Thank you so much, Vincent. John, beautiful. Thank you so much. Do I wear in the garden overalls? No, I just threw them on today because I thought it was cute. Now I'm craving already saw that. Drop this girl a like and share it up. Yes, yes, Vincent, that energy I am talking about, you guys. Smash that like button. Let's go. What am I growing? I am growing my own food, Ray. I am trying to eliminate items off of my grocery bill. So I got a big tent here, right? Do one last walk just to show you guys a salad tower. Woo! I grow my own food. Lost Coast is decent. I heard it's amazing. I haven't tried it yet. I've had grows that I've had to completely get rid of because of powdery mildews. So I have a few. Me and Lost Coast are gonna get along. She's growing veggies and flowers. Thank you, Gardening for Trichomes. How long will it take to recoup the cost? That is a good question. I should actually sit down and figure that out. You know, I feel like I probably already have because my mind has expanded so much since the inception of this tent that I think I already spiritually or figuratively or intellectually recoup the cost. If you guys knew me in 2023, prior to July of 2023, I didn't give a crap about plants. Like, I like nature, I like hiking, I love flowers, but I know, and I'm an extremely impatient person. I rush through life. I'm just, you know, whatever. Anyways, the garden has absolutely transformed my life. I've slowed down. I learned how to appreciate things. I've lost a lot of people in my inner circle, but I've gained so much. Like, these plants, they changed my life. They're like my friends. It's awesome. So I literally just live and die by the plant life now. That is my life. I'm committed to it and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So yes, I believe that I have reaped the cost in other ways. Food will come and the harvest will come. I've had some great harvests already, but I anticipate having much more, and especially if cannabis is in the future, then it's definitely safe to say that I've recouped the cost. Hopefully we as the viewers can help by channel paying too. I will be watching. Thanks so much, Zero to Hero. Honestly, as much as that would be awesome and cool, I just want to hang and inspire you guys. So if I can do that, if I can inspire somebody to grow something or to even practice mindfulness when it comes to plants, or just to learn about plants and just to get a taste of what plant life is like, then I'm good, man. That's all I want. I just want people to feel what I feel when I connect with the plants. That's what it's all about. Alex says, geez, that's a big tent. What size is that? That is a 200-foot grow tent. Do a little spin for you guys. We got ceiling station, grow tower, Dutch bucket system, and two grow towers here, one pellet tower. Sometimes it's all about the love of growing and knowing what's in your crops. Absolutely. You said it best, Gardening for Trichomes. That's exactly what it is about. I lived in Northern California where I built my room in a small town, Weed, California, next to Mount Shasta. Beautiful area. Awesome. That is great. See, you don't necessarily need to have the grow tent. You can just take a spare room, and if you don't have the space for that, just dig a hole in the dirt. And if you don't have a space for that, then just potted plants works too. It's a great hobby that provides nourishment, worth the investment. Totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Says, yes, my plants are my kids. Absolutely. Oh, cool, John. I grew up in Arcata. I don't know where that is. Natimbi, is that in California? Or no, wait, somebody else said that they were from Idaho, right? Alive and loving it. Thank you, Mark Music Man. Love it. 20 plus years in Humboldt. It's so beautiful there. Oh, I hear it's absolutely beautiful there. And you guys have awesome weather too. Okay. Highly recommend. I love being in grow tents. The air is so oxygenated and it's always the perfect temperature. Yes, it is. My grow tent, the air is so pure. I've also got an air purifier going, so it really feels nice being in here, and I try to make sure that the air is really circulated around the tent so it's breezy, like a nice summer day, but not too humid, but not too dry. All right, finally, time to get to pruning. Shut up, Fresh Princess, you talk too much. All right. So first thing I want to prune, music in the room. Absolutely, Mark Music Man, every single day. Classical music, first thing in the morning. That is what I play for my plants. And then sometimes things get a little crazy and we do smooth jazz. All right, so I'm going to flip you guys around and show you. We are going to pinch off some suckers and some of the leaves on our zinnia plant. How do I manage my plants? Well, I spend every minute free that I have in my grow tent. So if you guys grow cannabis, you know what lollipopping is, when you remove the lower leaves of your plant to redirect the energy upward below to root production and flowering. It sends a message to the plant to grow down there and also help with the flowering. So to speed things along, I'm going to do that. As you can see under the leaves, we also have, it's hard to see here, but we've got some suckers. Oh, there's right here. These are side shoots that grow from the plant. If we get rid of those, it might help this flower open sooner. So whenever you prune or whenever you do something to your plant, it kind of helps give it a little nudge to like, hey, come on, let's go, hurry up. So right now, I'm just gonna remove these lower leaves here. And I really wanna show you guys, because I had these in an outdoor garden and I never got this size when the zinnia flowers were in my outdoor. Look at the size of that. That's like 4 inches. Those are huge leaves. So we're just going to remove the bottom leaves. That's going to help with air circulation. I should be, oh, I don't even have my scissors, but zinnias are actually easy. You just kind of pinch off the lower leaves. Woo. So I hope this doesn't shock the plant. I think it'll be okay. I don't want to remove too much. I'm just going to adjust my shot so you guys can get a better look at what I'm doing. All right, so if you guys can see, there is a sucker right there, right here. We want to get rid of this. This is taking away energy from the other parts of the plant, from the root growth, from the flowering. So I want to get that off. Last year in my outdoor garden, I let these suckers grow substantially, and then I propagated them, and then I planted more flowers. But this time, that's enough. So we're gonna hang tight. All right, and then here we've got another sucker. So I'm just gonna gently pinch that off at the base of the leaves. And that's it. So some plants you want to remove the suckers, others you don't. Their suckers are just also known as side shoots. For me, it depends on what plant. So I want, for example, my tomato plants to be extra bushy and produce a lot of fruit. And so I actually, this time is the first time I'm actually leaving all the suckers on the plant. But you absolutely can prune them off. It's kind of whatever you're trying to achieve, right? All right, so I don't know if it's the same with cannabis. I know people propagate their side shoots. All right, so here, I'm gonna show you guys, turn it around. I should actually show you guys the roots of this too. Look at that. That is the Zenia's root system. Looking good, guys, looking good. All right, so I turned the plant around so I can show you guys here. Sorry, just trying to get my shot here. See you later, Gardening for Trichomes. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, thank you so much, Butters. I appreciate it. And Vincent, you guys are awesome. John says, in that controlled environment, no pesticides needed. Yep, you are right, but you might need it because I had thrip before. So there are instances where you might require some pesticides, but I try not to use any. I use fans, and I prune, and I try to just take care of my plants in other ways. I'm wondering about that pot inside. What type of soil are there? I'm curious to know in your country what type of soil mostly used to grow plants. We've got all soil in Canada. When I have a soil garden, I just use some Pro Mix and a little bit of manure, and that does the trick. And then I use like a slow release fertilizer or like a 20-20-20. But yeah, these pots are aeroponic, so they don't use soil. It's a soilless method of growing. Inside the pot hang the roots. They are suspended. Let me just zoom out here. They are suspended, and then they get watered periodically with nutrients and water. Can you clone the suckers? Absolutely, you can, but you need to get them a little longer. This doesn't have enough of a stem, so it's not going to propagate. Like. Yes, Vincent. Everybody go smash that like button. Come on. Everybody likes plants. I saw the veins in that leaf. I know. Isn't it awesome? I'm going to give you guys one more look. Look at this leaf. Actually, I should hold it beside my face. This is the size of a zinnia leaf. Zinnia plants are like small, and it's quite large. The growth is awesome. John says, awesome roots, healthy. Thank you so much. I pride myself on my roots. And thank you, Rohan. Better roots helps to make minerals and nutrients from the soil. Yeah, but I feed them synthetic nutrients, so they get what they need. I should teach a class. Oh, that would be cool. Actually, that's my goal. I want to teach people. I want to inspire and educate people. So maybe one day, John, from your mouth to whoever's ears, but hopefully one day. And if not, I'll just teach you guys. Come tune in when I work in the tent, and then you guys will be my students. All right, so I'm just going to do a little check here. I'm going to turn it and show you guys. I got one more little sucker growing underneath here, little baby. But the sooner you pinch them off, the better shape you'll be in, because it's going to speed up the process in your plant. So, you know, if I didn't do this, maybe the flower is going to open in 3 days, but because I did this, maybe it'll open in 2 days. I levels off, and so I accidentally, my leaves were getting a little dry, and I think I accidentally ripped one. Just looking to make sure. I always check under my, see something's up. I always want to make sure you don't have any pests or any issues, but if I did have pests, then both of these would be affected. So I think it could just be the levels. Rohan says, I want to know, how can organic method produce same faster growth as compared to chemical method? As in India, most of the farmers and business company use chemical fertilizers. I'm actually about to start using a natural fertilizer with like worm castings and marine, whatever it's called. I'll let you know how that works. But, oh wow, I don't know if you guys can see, we got a bunch of little suckers hiding underneath there. Let's get those suckers out. And we're also gonna get, I have yet to lollipop this. It's called lollipopping when you remove the lower leaves. So here, I'm just removing the lower leaves. Gardening for Trichomes says, I'm an organic grower, but Dr. Bruce Bugby says salt-based nutrients and organics all break down to the same compounds. Compound salt-based entrants are readily available, and organic have to be broken down. Interesting. So salt-based nutrients and organics all break down to the same compound. Huh. Diatomaceous earth. Well, I don't know what he's talking about, John. Maybe you guys can explain. You guys can teach me a little thing or two. All right, so I'm gonna just pinch off these lower leaves here. Those were the first true leaves there on the bottom. They're already dried up. I have a for breaking my plants on YouTube Live, so let's hope I'm just gentle with this. All right, so you can see here we've got a bottom leaf followed by a sucker. We're gonna get rid of both of those. And I think that's it. We got her nicely cleaned up. I'll show you guys the roots of this one. This pretty little lady. Look at that. Oh, thanks for paraphrasing that, Gardening for Trichomes. Plants cannot tell if you are giving them salt-based nutrients or organics. That's very interesting. I did not know that. I thought plants were smarter than that. Or maybe the nutrients is just that good that it can fool them. So these are the roots. They're looking good. And I don't know, man. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this plant just looked so much bigger than yesterday and such a deeper green. I love it. All right, so now we are going to, I don't want to prune my cucumber just yet. I'm really trying to make sure that I get cucumbers this time, because my last two rows, it was so, not embarrassing, because, you know, we're all learning. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, but it was really upsetting because I had 2 or 3 grows where I tried out cucumbers and I had nothing to show for it. I got no fruit. I didn't stay on top of my pollinating. I don't know, I just didn't do a good job, and I only ever got 1 cucumber, my first plant on my first grow, and it was the most messed up shape. Like, I couldn't even eat it. It was like all oblong and weird. And yeah, so this time I told myself, okay, you only get 1 cucumber plant. That's it. And until you can learn, that's all you get. You only get 1. Because I used to have like 8, 10, and they were all producing and flowering, but not fruiting. So I don't know. I don't know what I did wrong. But now I'm just on trying to get some fruit growing out of this baby, and I've really just every day been monitoring and taking care of. And for example, this is a sucker right here. I'll just flip you guys around and show you. These are the suckers. So on a cucumber plant, you have the main stem, you have a fan leaf, and then you have your flowers and a tendril. So there are a few components. You got 1, which is the main stem, 2, which is the flower cluster, 3, which is the tendril, and then 4, the leaf. Anything additional is a sucker. It's a side shoot. You can either get rid of it and propagate it. I've heard that just like tomatoes, you might want to leave them on because they'll produce branches that will also be fruiting. Or you can prune them off and allow the energy to be focused and honed in on the root growth and the flower production. So yeah, it's kind of, again, a lot of these things with gardening is the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what is your goal? What are you trying to achieve? That will lead on the path of which steps you should take and when you should prune or if you shouldn't prune. It's pretty much kind of based on your relationship with your plants. I never thought gardening would be such a personal thing, but it really is. You know, if someone were to walk in here and start caring for my plants, they don't know what my goal is. They don't know what I'm trying to do. So there's no right or wrong in learning. So whatever works, man, whatever works, just go for it. I'll share growing tips with anyone that's learning. Thank you so much, Les. You're awesome. I'm a student from Agriculture University, but dear Miss, I want to know to grow plants better and what we must know, a study of plant or a study of soil. Well, just follow and subscribe to my page and I'll help you get started. It's great listening to a wizard being so humble and open to new information. Oh, wow, a wizardress. Thank you so much. I've never been called that before. Do you use anything in your reservoir for root health, says Gardening for Trichomes. I don't. So if you're talking about like a microbial mass or something like that, I haven't gotten to that point yet. I keep leveling up. So I keep discovering new things and leveling up, but I'll tell you the truth is usually I get intimidated first, then I do a little bit of research and I start to feel a little more comfortable and then I go for it, try it. So I'm still at the stage with other things like other, what do you call it? Like amendments that you can add to your reservoir. I'm nervous, I'm intimidated, but if you guys have tips for stuff that I can incorporate into my nutrient solution, like something interesting, for example, since I started, I've been mixing in my nutrients and adding either of these depending on the growth stage and adding in the calcium at the same time. Everything in the same bottle, mixing together, putting it in the reservoir. And then a good friend of mine who's an avid grower said, hey, you don't want to do that. Calcium precedes anything. And before that should be silica. If you're into cannabis, you add silica in your reservoir, which I don't really know what that is, and I never used it before, but yeah, you've got to add calcium first. Otherwise, if it doesn't circulate or mix properly in the system prior to adding in your other nutrients, it could cause nutrient lockout, which means that I guess one technically cancels the other out, and then your plants can't uptake what they need. So I found that really interesting. It's actually been only like maybe a month or so that I learned about this. And so again, it's not necessarily that there's right or wrong, but there are things that either you should be doing more or that are encouraged than others. Forever learning, that is the beauty of growing. Absolutely, Mark Music Man, that is the beauty of growing. Honestly, as my plants grow, I grow. It's wild. I'm like doing this to share on YouTube and on social. Like I am on a spiritual journey, you guys. Like me and plants, we just get each other now. We're on the same wavelength. So the plants provide me with like all these incredible vibes and positivity, and I just want to send that over to you guys. It is very hard for me to remember every science chemistry. What is the basic knowledge every agronomist and gardener must know? I don't think I'll ever be able to answer that question. There's just keeps being more that you need to learn. There's always something. So I actually don't have an answer to that question. I don't think any grower ever finds the answer to that question. If they do, it evolves, right? Because every time you screw up, that becomes the most important thing that people must know. Like yesterday or 2 days ago on my live, the most important things should know about aeroponics is don't bring outside plants in. But that's just because my personal experience, I had an issue doing that and I got thrips in tent. But really, a lot of other people will tell you, make sure your environment's perfect, or your VPD, or the root health, or so, I don't know, just keep growing and maybe you'll find the answer one day. And if you do, let me know. I had some half decent cucumbers last year. 4 years ago, I had so many, 4 plants growing, 10 feet out. What are you trying to shut down, Les? You trying to make me feel bad? Mark Music Man, or Gardening for Trichomes says, no doubt, I'm always learning something. We'll never know it all, that's for sure. That's what I like, man. People that say I'm never going to know it all, because you know, why would you want to know it all when there's still so much to learn, you know? Wiki Diatomaceous Wow. Diatomaceous earth. It is good. Too many things to mention here. Do you use a CO2 burner or a meter? No, I don't, but I heard that I should. It will solve many problems you can have. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot this then. Done. And I'm going to look that up. And tomorrow on my live, we're gonna talk about it. One thing I learned about cucumbers is once a cucumber sits on the ground and starts rotting, the plant will not produce anymore and will die off. Does anyone know if this is true? Well, you guys, do you know if that's true? If a cucumber sits on the ground and begins to rot, will it produce fruit or will it die off? Orca is great for hydro microbes. Cool, I will look that up. Rohan says, I'm feeling motivated looking at your work. Lots of love and respect from India. Thank you. Lots of love back to you. Microbiology will benefit you for sure, says Finding Keepers. Thank you. I will that every week or month I level up in another category. So now I'm going to focus on this microbiology. Sounds right. G4T, I have not experienced it though. Fruiting requires a lot of calcium. All right, well, I got a big bottle of Cali Magic, so I'm excited. Am I trying to plant weed? In the future plans, for sure. I'm hoping to learn, but I said it here first, guys, and I'm being totally honest. I'm very inundated, and a lot of my community, especially on Instagram, are cannabis growers, and these guys know what they're doing, and they know what they're talking about. So I get to them the best, but I'm also intimidated, you know. It is tough showing up and showing off your work when you've got no clue what you're doing, and people could be mean, man. So I'm just trying to stay afloat, master. You know, once I have a beautiful veggie harvest, then it's okay if I show that I'm screwing up the cannabis plants and whatever. But for now, I'm just riding this high of doing things right for once. I followed your Instagram too. Thank you so much, Natimbi. I appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. I appreciate you. Mag sulfur for fruiting plants stops bottom end rot. I didn't know that. I actually had that problem with my tomatoes. I designed a hydro system out of PVC. Yes, a lot of people do that out of PVC. It is super simple. If you got the right tools, you can just whip something up at home. Calcium and magnesium are definitely important to plants. Yes, gardening for trichomes. Silica plant cell walls, improving resistance to pests, diseases, and environment stress. It enhances nutrient uptake, root development, and overall plant structure. Right after this, you guys, I'm going to run to the store because Mark Music Man knows what's up. I should get some. Les says, no, never. Following year, I had bad luck. pH meter. Yes, I got a pH meter. Where's my EC meter? So again, every grow or whatever, there are like certain periods of time where I just level up. So my last grow, I just learned, which is, I know, believe it or not, because I have this crazy setup, I just learned about checking your pH. So I've got a Hannah pH pen here, great. I try to keep it at a 6, and my towers is usually a little bit lower. And I've got a ppm/EC meter, which I'm still trying to learn and figure out, to be honest. My ppm, the last time I checked it, was around 1,000, which I think was okay for aeroponic peppers and tomatoes, but I don't know. Gotta maybe on tomorrow's live we'll talk about pH and ppm. DE doesn't really apply to hydroponics. I don't know. I've always used trellis for cucumbers. Yes, microbes are very important for growing. Please look into them. Okay, I will for sure. Cool. Very cool, Rohan. Silica will definitely change your pH, so be sure to check it. I will for sure. I think you're planting a lot of seeds in people's hearts with your live. Oh, that is my intention. Thank you so much, Butters. I try to do that every day. Just some positivity, man. This world has so much negativity in it. Let's just be positive and just hang with plants. Plants are better than people. Well, not you guys. You guys are awesome. All right, so I'm going to show you guys. We're going to work on a little tomato plant pruning. All right, so my tomato plant, as I previously mentioned, we want to let some of those suckers grow. Sucker, for those of you that don't know, is a side shoot. So you have your main stem, right? And then you've got leaf or leaves coming off, and anything that's growing out at a 45-degree angle, you actually want to, what you can remove it, it's up to you. It really depends, right? So example of a small one that hasn't developed yet, but this is an example of a larger one that actually is going to start developing flowers. So it's a challenge. Every previous grow, I've actually pruned off every single sucker. But there's this girl on Instagram. She's like a big time gardener, Gardenary Co. She says leave all your suckers on because they're fruit producing and flower producing, fruit bearing. And so why would you want to prune them off? Because that's just going to make your plant go upward. But I don't really want my plant to go upward. In previous grows, I'll show you guys, like I should do a video of my previous grows for you guys. Not a live, but just a video to show. I had tomato plants in the ceiling. And so pruning off those suckers is what's going to do that. It's going to motivate the plant and redirect the energy for it to grow upwards. And I used to think that's what I wanted, but I don't know if that's what I want. Okay. Jason says, I'm inspired by your channel, seeing it for the first time myself today. Oh, thank you so much, Jason. You guys are just sending me so much love. I really appreciate you guys. Gardening for Trichomes. You have a great day, Princess. I have to get to work. You have an awesome day at work, Gardening for Trichomes. I appreciate you for showing up. We'll see you again soon. For those of you that are still here, check me out tomorrow. I'm going to try to do a live every day at noon on my little lunch break and just hang out with you guys. Do you know, Miss, in here after the cultivation of rice, people mostly burn the remaining part. Oh, wow. Sounds like a waste. Blossom end rot in tomatoes can be caused by an irregular watering, which affects the absorption of calcium. I had no idea. That is very interesting. Hanging gardens are good. Yes, they are. Leave suckers on determinate plants. All right, Les. Well, then we are not going to prune these off, you guys. So maybe it worked out that I didn't shut up this entire live, because otherwise I'd have nothing to prune. Do you ever mist your plants? Do the leaves ever get water or just the roots? I do mist them. In my previous grows, I've given them a little bit of a foliar spray with some Magic, the General Hydroponics Cali Magic. I give them a little foliar spray. I also earlier talked about doing a little foliar spray at the Lost Coast, but never just with water. To be honest, I'm nervous about burning the leaves because obviously at night I don't do it. It's dark in here. I can't see. It's like pitch black. Can't really work in here. And then, I mean, I could do it right before they go to bed. Mist the leaves, but I don't know if there's any benefit. I know it's good for outdoor to help with pest management and stuff and just to keep things fresh, but I don't know if necessary indoors. Like everything is so fresh and happy, but if there's a benefit, let me know. Again, we're all here to learn. So if you guys have tips, drop it in the comments and let's talk about it because we're here to learn. Finding Keeper says, prune them way too much foliage. Oh, prune them. Way too much foliage to deal with indoor. Okay, so maybe I should do a little. What do you guys recommend? Like, maybe I shouldn't prune a sucker. Maybe I should just prune one of these sides, right? Because these aren't super necessary. These are the ones that are going to fruit or flower. So maybe I should prune a couple of these off. Finding Keepers is right, actually. I make this mistake every time where I'm like, no, it looks pretty and green, leave it. And then I walk in here one day and I've got powdery mildew everywhere. If you know, you know. Tobacco dust is good for pests. Interesting. I grew beefsteak tomatoes and the plants grew over 8 feet and I cut the suckers. Oh, wow. Find out if the plant is indeterminate or determinate. This is an indeterminate tomato. We talked about this on yesterday's live. Determinate tomatoes are ones that flower and fruit one time. They set all their fruit at one time and that's it. Then the plant's life is over. Whereas these, they're cherry tomatoes, they are indeterminate, meaning they continue to flower, you harvest, and they continue to flower and produce fruit multiple times. They have multiple cycles, whereas determinate only has the one cycle. Think 60 days down the road and what your garden will look like full. Man, Finding Keepers, I'm so glad you're here. You are providing some facts and some real valuable knowledge. I appreciate you. Honestly, guys, don't be afraid to comment or criticize or whatever, man. We're here to learn. So just give me all the tips. As long as your humidity is where you want it, there's no reason to miss the plants. Yeah, my humidity is okay so far. I think I'm with it. I usually hovers between 40 and 45%, which I think is fine. Rohan has a question. Can high pH level affect its capacity of holding cachins and anions? I am not really sure what you're asking, Rohan. Maybe if you can rephrase the question, I really want to know what you're asking. Natimbi says, I compared two plants, pruned versus unpruned, and the pruned plant produced large, healthier flowers. Wow, interesting. Very cool. So maybe I will put a little bit more. Gardening for Trichome says, I don't think she is a university professor. Hey man, if he wants to think I'm a university professor, it's all good. I'm gonna mess him up and give him some wrong info. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Get yourself a VPD chart. Yes, so many people have suggested that. I'd be cautious about the help from the chat. Yes, I mean, I am a critical thinker, so I can differentiate good suggestions from not so good suggestions, but I want people to feel free to contribute. And if it's not something I want to implement, then I just won't. But a lot of you guys seem to have some really good input. Oh, Butters. Yes, I want a Venus flytrap so freaking bad. Man, that would be so cool. And then I could throw some beneficials in here and watch them get just fucking devoured by the Venus flytrap. That'd be awesome. She is far more better than them. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Maybe I should go teach a thing or two in India. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's not being better than other people. It's the more time you do something, the more experience you have. And sometimes the more questions you have, and then the more you want to seek answers to them. And so it just becomes a thing of knowledge, matter of knowledge and experience. Anyways, guys, let's prune a little bit of these tomatoes off. Let's defoliate, shall we? Just get you guys on a tripod here. So yeah, I'm just gonna get rid okay, again, I might be doing this wrong because I don't want to prune off too many suckers or any of the suckers. Really, I might actually just prune off some of these leaves here. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but man, whatever. The plant will survive. Okay, so again, I'm gonna do some of the lower leaves like we talked about. Pruning the low leaves also helps keep your workspace clean, or sorry, your grow area clean. Have a great day, Vincent. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Les says leaving the suckers will give more fruit but smaller. Pruning the suckers will give less fruit but larger. Always keep bottom 6 inches or so pruned, creates more air. Yes, for sure, for sure. All right, I'm gonna just prune these off. And I don't know what else to prune off, you guys. I don't want to do too much. Do some of the bottom leaves. Let's see here. I want to kind of target some area that might get a little bushy or overlap, right? So these guys are already starting to overlap. Let's just get rid of that. And I don't know. I'm just going to do a little bit. You know what I've been doing is sometimes I prune just like 1 or 2 stems a day. And it keeps the plant from being stressed out. All right, I'm just going to do this guy over here. Zoom in so you guys can see what I'm doing. SKE Engineering says, I use water and hydrogen peroxide mix to keep my seedlings from growing mold. Yes, I do. I use water with some hydrogen peroxide and a little bit of my grow fertilizer, the 7410, when I water my seedlings, just a drop of H2O, 3%. And then in my reservoirs for my bucket system, I also use a little bit of hydrogen peroxide. As I've said before, I get a lot of hate for doing that. People are saying that it defeats the purpose of adding in nutrients if you're going to put in hydrogen peroxide, but from other resources, I've heard that it's actually supposed to be beneficial in small amounts. So I'm really not sure. For me, it seems to be working. I didn't use it in my first grow, and I started implementing it in my second grow, and I really noticed a significant difference in the root. I've been staying away from the community for the most part. Too much negativity. I know, gardening for trichomes. Yeah, anytime I get negativity in the chat, I put people time out because we don't have time for that. There's no time or space for negativity in the grow tent, guys. It's all positive vibes. Timby, well, proof is in the pudding. Your garden looks great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that coming from a fellow grower. You guys are so awesome, man. All right, so I'm going to flip you around. Just checking out what else I can prune here. I'm going to get rid of this bottom. Again, don't want to stress my plant out. All right, peace out, gardening for trichomes. Thank you for showing up. Thank you guys all for showing up. For those of you that are new here, we're just pruning our tomatoes, kind of cleaning up shop. Thank you for tuning in and watching. I'm going to try to commit to doing a live every day on my lunch hour, hang out with you guys and share this tent with you guys. I want you guys to be a part of my aeroponic journey. So that is what we're doing. All right, so I'm just pruning off some unwanted foliage that isn't doing anything for us or serving us. I am trying to prevent any overlap of the leaves. I don't want to get things like powdery mildew. We want to promote proper air circulation. And so if you're not spraying things on your plants, pruning is a great effective way to manage the best you can. So since this tomato plant is so tall already, I'm actually gonna get this lower leaf off as well. Have you guys ever tried topping the plant or pruning from the top so that it grows outwards more? Let me know, because I don't want this going all the way to the ceiling. XXY says, if you can start growing a cannabis plant, they are very forgiving and fast growing. Countless different pruning methods can be used on other plants. I like to say it's called weed for a reason. Oh, very cool to know. I was actually gonna start, but I've been super intimidated to start, so I haven't yet. But maybe that's like a segment we'll do on lives where, you know, one day we'll germinate, next day when it sprouts we'll transplant it, and maybe that's something we can do together on a live, you guys. That would be really cool. I try to share everything with you guys so you guys can be a part of it. Look how interesting that is. These stems, I don't know why that's happening, but they're kind of growing all curved. I wonder why. Or maybe it's because they're stuck together. All right, I don't want to do too much defoliating. I am pruner happy, so sometimes I go a little too crazy, but I'm actually, even though I have a clip here, I want to get rid of this right here. Just make sure to not cut that trellis. But yes, XXY, cannabis, maybe in the future plans. But right now the main focus is food. I'm on a mission to not eat crap from the grocery store. Okay, so again, because I'm unsure of how much to prune on or prune off, I am just going slow. But again, here's like an example. This is a sucker, and it's about to start flowering. So I'm gonna prune those off. How do nutrient delivery methods in aeroponics influence plant growth efficiency, and what management strategies ensure consistent results at scale? I'll let you know when I find out. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I kind of just stick to what I know. I know that this is obviously a liquid fertilizer. I'm also try powdered fertilizers that are water soluble, just to see what methods are better. When pepper plants are about 8 inches tall, I cut the top 2 inches off with the same with the basil. Very cool. What does that do to the plant? Does it make it grow more bushy? But as I read somewhere that playing music to your plants will let them grow faster and bigger. Exactly. I've read the same thing. There was actually an experiment done. I think it was a soy field where this guy played on loudspeakers. He had 1 year where he played nothing. It was just a regular arm, whatever. And then the following year, he played on loudspeakers classical music. There was a specific song, I think it was Beethoven, and he yielded 80% more crops his previous grow. I'm gonna find the resource and I'm gonna let you guys know next live. Because it is such an interesting study, and if you guys are into plants, music is so impactful to plants, which is why I play music for my plants every morning. Classical music, and again, if we're feeling a little spicy, then we do a little smooth jazz. I don't cut the top of the tomato plants until late in the season. It helps unripe fruit ripen faster. That is good to know. I'm always looking for a way to make your fruit ripen faster. I know that pruning your plants can speed up the process with those types of things. So that is that's my intention when I prune. Andrea says, just learning, the more the better. Thank you. Likewise, the more the better. So I'm open to all tips, recommendations, and suggestions. We're all here to learn together, you guys. So I think I'm gonna just leave it at that with the pruning, only because I'm talking and not really paying attention. I'm nervous that I'm just gonna prune her crazy and do too much. So maybe after I get off this live, I'll just do one last check and make sure everything's good to go, and maybe we'll prune a little more. Again, same time as tomorrow. Oh my gosh, same time tomorrow as today. Catch me live doing chores in the tent. She is so cool. As in today's time, most of the vegetables are chemical basis, but she is growing organically. I love her work. Thank you so much, Rohan. That is my goal, is just to inspire people and help you guys get. I know it can be intimidating. I'm in that boat, you know, putting my plants out for everybody to see every day, and if they die, I share that too, because it's all about learning. Anyways, I appreciate you guys so much. I had such a good time on today's live. You guys are awesome. To all the fellow Gromies out there, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button. Please don't forget to subscribe if you like my channel. We talk all things plants, indoor gardening, beautiful flowers. I'm gonna have some fun flower summer content for you guys, even if you're not into that kind of stuff. Everybody loves plants, man. So yes, and if you're into just good vibes in general, don't forget to come hang out. Noon tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time, I will be back on YouTube Live. And like I said, every time I'm doing something in the tent, I'm gonna take you guys with me. So tomorrow we're gonna find a project to do, whether it's seed starting or changing our pH and playing around with the pH up and pH down solutions. But I'm gonna find a fun project for us tomorrow to do together, and forget to catch me live tomorrow at 12. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all of you. You guys are the best. And for the growers out there, happy growing, and grow, you should. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much.